Welcome to Inside the Caribbean. I'm Hume Johnson. We begin today with news out of Guyana. Venezuela has denied destroying 2 gold mining dredges on Guyanese territory following a strong protest from Guyana's government. Guyana says 36 Venezuelan soldiers used helicopters and a type of plastic explosive to blow up the dredges on Thursday. It has summoned Venezuela's ambassador to explain the incident. Venezuela denies using force and said the army was removing illegal miners inside its own territory. The dredges were in a disputed border region that has seen a number of recent incidents. In Trinidad, an air of expectation is likely to pervade Whitehall in Port-of-Spain today as the new Patrick Manning administration buckles down to the business of managing the country's affairs. The inaugural cabinet session comes on the heels of a week-long retreat where members were apprised of the protocols of parliamentary procedure and the regulations associated with the government's business. The training and orientation exercise, which Prime Minister Patrick Manning regarded as highly successful, also tackled issues relating to interministerial relations and team building. After today's meeting, which is scheduled to begin at 9 a.m., the cabinet members are expected to report to the permanent secretaries in their respective ministries. Constitutional reform tops the list of priorities for Trinidad and Tobago's parliamentary opposition. Leader of the United Congress Alliance, Basdeo Pandey, says they will be tough on the government, noting there will be no retreat, no surrender on major issues.
Pandey will be officially sworn in as both a Member of Parliament and opposition leader when Parliament holds its first meeting. Mr. Pandey told reporters his first priority when the new Parliament gets down to business will be the question of reform of the country's constitution.
Certainly constitutional reform. The fiasco that has taken place in the country and that has been taking place for a long time indicates the need for constitutional reform. Of course, there are the other problems that confront the society of crime, failure of the infrastructure, and things like that. High prices, that sort of thing, that affect people from day to day. Traffic jams. But then they should expect that because a country gets the government they deserve. But oh Lord, I think they probably get the government they want because nobody deserves this.
When asked about the government retreat at Celibia Nature Resort, Mr. Pandey said it left little to be desired.
I don't think they should have gone to a retreat. I think they should have gone to a surrender instead of retreat. An absolute waste of time. It'll take much longer than that to teach those guys what to do in Parliament. They're all greenhorns, as you know. Took us a very long time.
Mr. Pandey said he has no intention of surrendering his political career as there is much at stake.
I intend to die with my boots on. That is fighting for the welfare of the people of Trinidad and Tobago, a task that I have been performing for 40 years.
Meanwhile, there is no word yet about who will serve as opposition chief whip or who will make up the opposition senatorial lineup.
Several Caribbean countries have taken a stand against a UN vote for a moratorium on the death penalty. After 2 days of fractious and sometimes bad-tempered debate, 99 countries voted for a worldwide pause on the use of the death penalty with a view to end the practice. Of the strongest Caribbean opponents of the death penalty moratorium was Jamaica. The Jamaican government recently indicated it was reviewing several murder convictions with a view to carrying out the death penalty. A total of 99 countries voted for a suspension of capital punishment worldwide, while 52 voted against and 33 abstained. It appears that the long-awaited development fund will not become a reality before next year. The fund is to help CARICOM countries make the transition to the single market and economy.
The last remaining aspects of its structure and the way which is going to function. I'm still hopeful that the Regional Development Fund could be launched effectively within months as well. I really was hopeful that it will be launched within my term as chairman of CARICOM. I would still want to feel that it can be, but again, we enter the fine-tuning of the final arrangements phase of it.
In sport, Jamaica had an easy win over El Salvador in their friendly international game at the National Stadium on Sunday. 2 goals by Ricardo Bibi Gardner in the 38th and 83rd minutes led the Reggae Boys' charge. However, the goal of the night was no doubt the first A 35-meter screamer by Rudolph Austin in the 33rd minute. The Reggae Boys will entertain Guatemala on Wednesday at 7 p.m. at the National Stadium. And those were the stories inside the Caribbean today. On behalf of the entire production team here at JNL, I'm Hume Johnson. Thank you for watching.